Hello and welcome everyone. Hello, it is I, troopersjp, and thank you for joining me as I play through Sundial Games' 2026 quest calendar, The Souls of Saraku, where we play a villain for 365 days because it is a calendar after all. And you are joining me for Saturday and Sunday, January the 24th and 25th of 2026, also known as Stars Day and Sunday Deep Winter 24 and 25. And we are playing our custom villain, Shade Murdstone, the Shadow Elf Bonecaller. And I am in the midst of the magical arcana, the High Mage's inner sanctum. And I've been trying to distract, like one of the Heroes of the Light, Valor, annoying face, showed up to try to go and stop the High Mage. Being very bold, but also very underpowered, just took a lot of damage and was ineffective at damaging him, but I made it look cool and just enough to distract him long enough for the High Mage to recover his energy, and the High Mage steps forward to try to defeat this person. And that's where we start today. So, we see Valor and the High Mage squaring off in the midst of this arcanum, and there's like madness everywhere. And Valor says, "You and your overlord's reign is over. The souls of the dead will be free, and this world will see the light again, once you and your master are gone." And then the High Mage says, "Ha! I must thank you for this. I've wanted a chance to bury you and your pathetic heroes in the ground for a long time. It is entertaining to see you so desperate to die." And they come to clash. And then what's going to happen is that I imagine at this point in time, they start spell slinging at each other left and right, like arcane energy arcing and zapping, and it's a whoosh, there's wind and papers, and it's madness. And what do I have to do? Shade Murdstone, level 1 Bonecaller. Navigate the chaos is the first thing I must do. Roll d20 plus dexterity if I had danger, since I could use it, but I don't. Okay, well, d20 plus dexterity. I roll a 1. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Tell me. Well, okay, let's see. Valor begins to call upon a maelstrom of forces and create chaos within the room. His goal is to keep you and the High Mage from escaping. The room is now a battlefield of flying objects and churning bricks. If the result is 7 or less, it is. I say to myself, I must escape. Now that the High Mage is here and engaging him, it'll be time for... I'm hit by a flying glass canister that shadows across my leg, causing immense pain and forcing me to stumble about as I continue to avoid projectiles. I'm going to reduce my health by 1, and I have to take a -2 penalty to the next 2 entries. Now I must withstand an energy blast. Valor grows impatient. Oh, okay, wait. So I get hit by this thing. It's very painful, right? Yeah. He's gonna grow impatient with you. So I've got to aggravate him. So this canister hits me in the like blood, like. But it's very painful and terrible, right? But I just stand up with my creepy eyes, and I just smile as there's a little bit of blood on my face. Valor grows impatient and has finished toying with me. He charges up a glowing orb of circulating power before unleashing it at you. The orb grows as it flies through the air and becomes difficult to dodge. I need to make a defense roll. So this is a d20 plus my defense. I rolled a 3. Rolled a 3. And it's a -2, right? Because I have that penalty. And my defense is a +1, so it's a 2. Okay, that's great. That's great. Got a 2. I need to get an 8. So I'm missing 6, and I'm going to tell you something. I do not see me combat tonic. That's an attack roll. I'm not going to hit that, so I'm not going to spend resources. So this huge orb of power swings at me, and there's this moment of panic in my eyes, even though I remain still. One might think I'm trying to be sort of impressive, but it might just be that I'm frightened. And the orb engulfs me, and it begins to crackle and burn as I reduce my health by a further 2. And as this orb of fiery arcane magic begins to burn and cinder, and you can smell burning flesh and hair, I just laugh. But I do know that I must escape this space. So then the last thing for this day is to escape the path of danger. I have to roll a d20 plus Constitution. Okay. The two mages hurl bolts of energy and arcane curses at each other. The room erupts in fire and lightning as uncontrolled spells are unleashed. Something innate and instinctive from both of them begins to draw energy from any source available, and that source is me. And as I stand there just recovering from being stunned by this huge bolt, I start feeling the entire life essence of my body begin to drain as it's being pulled by these two mages. And I need to escape this path of danger, and I need to make a Constitution check. And I'm going to make this Constitution check. I roll a 9. -2, because I got hit by a glass canister. That makes it a 7. Also, my Constitution is -2, which makes that a 5. Okay, but before we deal with that, I will note I do have a surge left for today, and I do have the presence surge where I can add a d4 to either Constitution or Charisma, and I will, at this moment, add a d4 to this roll, and I hope that I roll well enough. I roll a 3, so I went down from a 9 to 7 to 5, plus 3 is an 8. If the result is between 8 and 13, you almost escape the danger, but feel a vortex of energy pull and drain my life essence to fuel their power. Reduce my health by 1. I have lost 7 hit points. I'm down to 9, but I'm still alive, at least for today's session. That, my friends, was Saturday, Sunday. Wait. I was just about to go, but I'm not going to go because there's the lottery. On Saturdays and Sundays, we can do the lottery, and I don't know if I have told you this, but I am going to do the lottery because, look, I've had such a bad day. I've been destroyed and beaten and page 19 and pretty messed up, so I feel like my luck has got to get better. Why don't we do the Sunday lottery? I'm gonna just roll this a d6 and see what we get. We rolled a 6 for the daily lottery. Okay, 6. I rolled a d6, so I just gained 4 gold. I have lost 7 health, but I gained 4 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got a lot of gold and a minion and some notoriety and a lot of damage, but also I gotta get out of here. Shade Murdstone has to get out of here. I, Trooper, also do need to get out of here, but I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell me how you're doing in this section. Have you been hit as badly as I have? Let me know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you tomorrow. I will see you the next day as we continue on with the Souls of Saraku.